The number one best way to win new calligraphy clients over is with your website. Now, as soon as people find you, whether it is on Craigslist, TaskRabbit, or maybe from a referral or they found your business card, they're going to want to check out previous work, what you're capable of doing, and what your work looks showcased like in a wedding. So today we're going to talk about your website because that is pretty much your national and local calling card for work anywhere. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Pretty Fabulous, and I help online businesses create beautiful digital downloads using Adobe InDesign. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I do unboxings on Saturday. Today we're going to go over the top 10 mistakes that I see every calligrapher making on their website. As soon as I start working with the client, it's usually because they want to level up their business and try to find more luxury high-end clients, or they're just not getting any clients and they're trying to figure out why. The first one is having no photos or bad photos. So I'm not good at photography. In fact, I'm pretty terrible at it. So here's what I would recommend if you were like me. I would hire a professional photographer and make sure you understand how to do staging if you do so. So what accessories do you need? Do you need napkins? Do you need lace around it? Do you need silk? What kind of look and feel are you going for with your invitations or whatever other kind of calligraphy artwork you're putting on display? The second thing I would do is if your work is going to be at an actual venue for a wedding, then I would ask the bride and the wedding photographer if they would take some photos for you for your website, for your social media. Just let them know what it's for, pay them extra. It is totally worth it, especially because the wedding, whatever they have there, their accents, their decorations on the table, I'm not even sure what you call those. Anyways, those are all expensive. Someone else has already paid the dime for that. And now your calligraphy can look pretty. You can even do some staging of things maybe ahead of time if the bride will let you. The third thing, if you don't have a venue or if you're just starting out, is you can do a staged wedding shoot. So if you are a member of the Rising Tide, or if you have just, you don't even have to purchase Honeybook, you just have to be registered with them. A lot of other creatives, florists, caterers, people who are event planners are trying to do staged photo shoots as well to help build up their portfolio and to create a beautiful website just like you are doing. And you can join them in these staged photo shoots. So everyone is bringing some stuff, and there's also a professional photographer there as well. Now, the next thing is mobile responsive, as I feel like this is a no-brainer, but yet I still see people with websites that aren't mobile responsive, either because they're not really sure how to check or they just don't want to pay the money to upgrade their website. Everyone is using their phone, and I don't even know what the stats are, but you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty high. When was the last time you actually sat at a computer instead of a phone, especially if you saw that the website wasn't working on your phone? One, I would just assume that the business is out of business or their website is broken. I wouldn't say, hey, let me open up my laptop and double check over there. Nobody has the time. They're already moving on to the next calligrapher. The third thing is your splash page. This is so 1999. I think this is just crazy that I still see this. And it's because a splash page means it's just a page where it says something like, do you want to enter my site? Yes, I want to enter your site. That's why I came to this website. So get rid of that. That is the worst thing you could ever have. Even if you're trying to force people to look at your artwork, don't do it. You can do a better way, just putting a nice header on your website. The fourth thing is using scripted fonts. And I know that we are all calligraphers and our work is beautiful. And of course, when we go to pick out fonts for our website, we're naturally drawn to scripted fonts because they look like calligraphy. And in your mind, you're thinking, when the client sees this, they'll see this beautiful font and they'll think, I could probably create that beautiful font as well. And maybe you can, but they can't read it. Your name, your location, your business name, it's too hard to read, especially your services. I see people putting this all over their website and trying to mix it in. This is not the time to use a scripted font. It looks good on social media, but remember, it's going to end up competing with your calligraphy, so just don't use it. The next thing is a slow loading website. Now, I know Bluehost is cheap. I think it's like $2.94 a month, and there are other hosting services that are probably even cheaper. And that's great, But they're cheap for a reason, because they're putting a million different people on the same server, and all of those people are trying to have their websites loaded at the same time as someone is trying to load your website. And that's going to negatively impact not only your SEO, but most likely, when was the last time you sat there and waited for a site to load? Even if it was 10 seconds, you were probably like, this site isn't working, next. So same thing as the mobile responsive. Go ahead and upgrade, get a nicer service. I personally use and recommend WPEngine. It's only for WordPress. So if you're using Squarespace or something else, it's not going to work. But it's been excellent. My SEO has gone up, my ranking, and my website discoverability. Everything has been so much better. The fifth one is not having a social media account, or having very outdated social media accounts where maybe you posted 2 years ago, you got busy, and you just forgot about it, because as soon as people see that, they're going to think you're out of business. Seventh is, again, an old style contact page where you just have those cute little boxes that say name, subject, and gives a box for them to write some text in, and then hit the send button at the bottom. Why would you do this? You are a local business. You possibly are delivering things to people in person. So give people your email address, give them your phone number, and tell them where you are located. Now, I'm not saying you need to give them your home address, but you need to tell them, hey, I am in Orlando, Florida, or I am in northern San Francisco. Whatever it is, sometimes, and I wouldn't say sometimes, let me rephrase that. A lot of times people like to hire their calligraphers locally, so you may be missing out on a ton of work, especially with search engines, that you didn't get that because people said calligraphers in San Francisco, and if you didn't list that on your website, they're never going to find you. Number 8 is sort of like social media. It's having an outdated website. So maybe you did invest a lot in a website, and because you invested so much, you don't ever want to invest again. So maybe your website was amazing 10 years ago, but now it's looking a little old. So it might be time to refresh it. And sometimes it could just be refreshing with photos, or maybe just doing a little bit of a newer layout. Number 9 is not offering packages. And this is a little bit controversial because I end up arguing a lot with my calligraphy clients and debating about this, because they like to provide a unique one-on-one custom experience where they educate their clients on exactly what they're going to get, to explain what liners are, and tell them they might need escort cards, right? So they're trying to pad their package and their final price, which there's nothing wrong with. However, the majority of people coming to hire a calligrapher don't want to do that. They don't want to sit down and spend hours and hours trying to learn about your business, but they do like when someone has packages. It makes it so much easier for them to see exactly what should go into a wedding invitation, or when you hire a calligrapher, exactly what you're going to get. And more importantly, it makes you look like an expert. So they feel comfortable that you know what you're doing, you know exactly what most people are offering or not offering. And if they want to expand from that after they hire you, they can do so. And number 10 is using Blogger or Wix for your website. It really negatively impacts your SEO, and it severely limits the number of integrations that you're able to use should you decide to expand your services. Maybe you want to offer courses, offer workshops, offer free downloads, and you're not going to be able to a lot of times with those sites, or they're going to be very limited in that you can only use their particular services and not use others. So I 100% never recommend Showit, Squarespace, or Wix for that very reason. And of course, Blogger is so $19.99. I'm surprised they're even still in business. But again, once you have a Blogger site, it definitely looks like it is from 1999. All right, that is it. Those are pretty much the top things that if you can do that, go through your website right now, check it, audit it, go ahead and fix it. You're going to be in pretty good shape. So let's just recap that list really quick. The first one is having old, outdated, or just unprofessional looking photos. The second one is not having a mobile responsive website. The third one is having a splash page, very 1999. The fourth one is having scripted fonts. The fifth one is having a slow loading website. The sixth one is no social media, or really outdated ones where you're not posting. At least try to post once a week. And number 7 is a contact page without giving people your number, your phone number, and the location where they can obtain your services. And number 8 is having an outdated website. Number 9 is not offering packages. And number 10 is using Blogger, Wix, or one of the other sites like that. I never say this, but leave me a link to your website below. I want to see your calligraphy website. I think other people would love to check out your calligraphy website. So if you have one, share it below. I might just pick it out and offer you some feedback. All right, I hope everyone's having a fantastic day, and I will see you guys later. Bye.